Hello everybody. Welcome to the second part of my commentary on Benthelooney's Rant about modern video games. We left off at the part where Ben claimed that the hardcore gamers thought the Nintendo Wii was nothing but a kid's toy, which I don't believe is even true. Anyway, let's pick it up from here, shall we?
Please! For years, Nintendo has specialized in games made for kids and adults, and the Wii is no exception. Sure, a lot of the games for it might be considered for kids, but that doesn't mean adults can't like them either. And I find more enjoyment in jumping on Koopas than I do shooting random Germans. So, thanks Nintendo for the Wii. I'll be looking forward to buying more games for it in the future.
And I'm sure you will be looking forward to buying the Nintendo Wii U games in the future as well, because the new system will be 40 times as good.
Now, let's talk about handheld games for a moment. I have a DS, and it rules! Alright, that's enough about handhelds. And it seems to be a subject in every single one of my rants, but let's talk about how the video game industry is copying itself. We're living in a copycat generation, so video game systems are finding ways to copy others. For example, Xbox Kinect is a ripoff of PS2's iToy, and PS3's Move is a ripoff of Nintendo's Wii. Yep, you know a video game system is running out of innovations if it's forced to copy a quote-unquote kid's toy. That's another thing. Why do video game systems always feel they need to make random crap tools for their consoles? There's nothing wrong with the system itself. It doesn't need a stinking toy to go along with it.
It's just an additional feature to add to the system for a little bonus action. Just like the Sega Genesis had the Sega CD and the Sega 32X. So lighten up, will you?
Next thing you know, Xbox will be making the Xbox Torture Chamber, where it'll be filled with weapons that are used in all of its games, and PS3 will have the exact same thing, seeing as how it shares the majority of its games with the Xbox, just continuing a cycle of copying.
None of these systems are copying anybody else's systems. If that were true, they would have already been sued by now. I think this is all just a coincidence.
It's just a continuing cycle of copying.
You already said that. You don't need to repeat yourself. We heard you the first time.
And I know some classic game systems copy each other, but that was a long time ago, and this is now. So, shut up.
No, man, you shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a shit about what time period it is, nor does it even matter. Video game developers can do some of the same things they did in the past. There is no law that says they can't.
And there's my rant on modern video games. Seeing as how I'm not a hardcore gamer, I really don't consider myself an expert on this subject, and I just base my opinions on what I can find and what I observed. It just seems that the only types of games getting attention these days are shooters, Grand Theft Auto games, and RPGs. I just wish that game designers can start coming up with new ideas, and there can be more variety in games.
There will be plenty of new ideas in the future. You just wait and see. It will take some time.
And if you're somebody who loves to play those kinds of games, then good for you. I've got nothing against you. But if you're going to invite me over to your house to play those games, I'm not going to have any fun.
Oh really? So even if we'd order a pizza to munch on, you still wouldn't have fun? That really sucks about you.
Ah, who am I kidding? Nobody wants to invite me over to their house. Jobs who thinks video games are causing kids to cause school shootings. No. I'm just a random guy who's tired of hearing all about shooters that are just rehashes of previous shooters. But at least I have my Wii, my Nintendo 64, my PS2, and my DS to keep me satisfied whenever I'm in the mood for a game. I'm just glad the classic games aren't disappearing, so they can balance out all the bland new ones. And if they do vanish, then Lord help me.
As long as we have eBay, flea markets, yard sales, and thrift stores, these old games will never vanish. They will be available forever.
I'm Ben, and I'm signing out. I'm gonna go find somebody to play Beetle Adventure Racing with me.
No thank you. I do not want to play that awful excuse for a video game with you. Well, that's the end of his rant. This dude has really proved himself to be a real classic tard. And a dumbass. Because he only likes to mesh on all of the new video games and make them look bad. What a fucking idiot! Well folks, I hope you enjoyed my commentary on this Benthelooney rant. Peace out.